How are you? I see the tweeting already starting out there in the audience. I love it. Please welcome Mairlyn Smith. Hey, Blue Babe.
I like it. I like it.
It's going to be a reoccurring theme throughout the show, the blue.
I like it.
Pops of it everywhere.
Right, good. Okay.
So now listen, let's start with the bad and then go to the good. The bad is that we are wasting a lot of food.
A lot. I can save you $600 a year. That's on average what people throw out of their groceries.
Too much.
It works out to be about 30 to 40%, but it's not even just your $600. It's the water that the farmers are using on fruits and vegetables that you're chucking out. It's the cost of fuel to bring those fruits and vegetables or whatever to your grocery store.
Right.
So it's a big chain effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? And I think a lot of it has to do with planning, not being organized, not knowing what to do with leftovers. And leftovers have a really bad rap. And my husband came up with this thing called reduce, reuse, recreate.
Yeah.
And I like that because we don't have leftovers. I make something new out of them. Mary said that I'm an alchemist. I'm doing alchemy in the kitchen. So that's what we're kind of doing. So
absolutely. I'm a big fan of leftovers because the food's already cooked and they're ready for you. You just have to assemble it. Really.
Exactly. And a lot of people just reheat what they had the night before, and that would gag me out too. So we've got
three different. Mind that.
You don't mind that?
No.
No, I don't want to have unless it's pasta or something that, or jambalaya or something that tastes better the next day. But we're going to do 3 different bowls later on in the second segment about reassembling basically leftovers. But some tips to prevent all this waste of food and money. First of all, you need an unashamed, I'm just doing a plug here, you need a really good cookbook. Okay, moving on.
No, let's actually talk about this cookbook, because actually if you want to order Healthy Starts here, we make it very easy for you. We put a link on our website, cityline.ca, so go there and get this. It's filled with amazingly good tasting recipes.
Right, and then there's a lot of tips because as being a professional home economist, I try to make your life easier. That's my goal. So the next thing you're going to do is this is called a grocery list pad.
Oh, that's cute.
It has a little magnet, and I stick it right on my refrigerator. And before I go shopping or plan my menus for the week, and that's huge, I look in my fridge and I go, wow, what do I need? Because if I have 4,000 carrots, what's the point of buying 4,000 more? It's goofy. And so I always see what I don't have, but people do. They go to the grocery store and they go, oh, this is on sale.
I know.
And then I'll buy this one. In fact, they may have only used one, and this may be more expensive in the moment, but you're still going to save money because you might end up throwing all these away.
Totally.
So
and it happens frequently.
It does. And you know what? Size matters. We've always talked about that, and it really does. And so don't buy like you're feeding an army. I mean, and that happened to me when I was living at home and I fed all my family, and then when I was out on my own, I was just feeding my family, but there was only me. So, you have to kind of rethink how you shop.
Now, when you do your list, do you do it in the layout of the grocery store?
Yes, I do.
So do I.
Because then it's like a map.
Yes.
Yeah, and then if I go to a new store, I'm messed right up.
I'm in trouble.
I know, me too.
I don't like to try new grocery stores.
No, because
I don't know how to write my list.
What? I'm in the wrong department.
Yeah, where do I go? Where's the bread? I don't know.
I know. I love going to the same store. Okay, now the next thing is, these are really, really convenient.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and when you buy them, just a tip, always look for the best before date, but then switch them over, and if you see any slime in the bottom, it doesn't matter what the best before date was because it's already accelerated, right? And so these are a really convenient, although you still need to rinse them and stuff, but economically, this was only $1.99 ahead of romaine versus these were a lot more. So
I know, but
what
if it's going to make you eat it, I say do it.
I agree.
If you can afford to do it.
I
agree. Do you really have to wash it again?
Yeah, you really should. Just rinse it. Just rinse it and spin, okay?
All right.
All right, the next one I think people always go crazy at. This was way cheaper than this.
Love them.
But if you're not going to eat them all, then it's just compost, right? So, or an avocado party, guacamole. So that, just remembering that, just really think it out. Now, when you get them home, you have to store them right, or they go into that drawer in your fridge called the slime accelerator, and it's just crap anyway, right? So, okay, so how do you save it? Okay, it's asparagus season right now all across Canada. I'm so happy.
Look so good.
I know, this is local asparagus. I love these guys. Hello, baby.
Yeah,
anyway, when you get them home, put them with a damp paper towel on the bottom, or you can put them in water and then into a plastic bag, and they're going to last, especially if it's local, it's going to last maybe up to 5 days. Okay, don't seal it. Have a little bit of air coming in.
All right.
When you buy Canadian mushrooms, this package will not accelerate spoilage. They actually stay better in this. So once you open this package, put them in a paper bag, or they go to slime. So
okay, you can't just reseal the bag.
Doesn't work.
Okay.
Doesn't work. Okay, here's one of my favorite ones. How to wreck radishes. This would be how to do it, okay? Because that's how you bought them. But the green's going to go slimy first, and then you've got a bag of slime. So I actually always cut them off. I pull them off, and I just put them in a paper towel and then into a container. And that's going to last a lot better.
Do you ever use the greens for anything?
No, I think they're too bitter. They just go in my composter outside.
Okay.
Okay. A big one is people are constantly buying lots of herbs and spices and stuff.
Yeah, they go bad because you get them in huge bundles.
I know.
You get like so much.
So much. Well, you know what? I use them as salad greens. So I chop them up and make them as a salad.
Okay.
Or what I do a lot of the times is that and you shouldn't really do this unless you know what you're doing, and I'm a trained professional, is to cut up the parsley, spin it, pat it dry, and then if you put it in a paper towel and wrap it up in a bag, it's going to not go slimy for a really long time. I've had that in the fridge for a week just to prove the point.
Oh, really?
Or you can put them in a little tent like this, like in the cilantro. So that's going to stay a long time as well. But if they do go yuck, here's a trick. So you chop it all up. This was basil. You put it in some oil and you freeze this. And then the oil doesn't ever really go hard, and then you just scoop it out and use it as a seasoned oil in a pasta dish or something.
That's smart. So, is this after it's gone slimy? Can you do this?
No.
It hasn't gone slimy yet?
No. It just looks slimy now because it was in the oil for the last 2 days. I should have frozen it.
So once it's gone slimy, you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, no, don't be eating anything slimy. That's one of my big rules. Anyway, okay. Everybody buys this and it goes bad, right? This is ginger.
Yeah, it's a lot of ginger. All you need is a little pinch to have a lot of flavor.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot. So a lot of people say they freeze it, and that's really cool, but I make it into ginger tea. So whatever I've got left over, I just chop it up and make a big pot of ginger tea, and I leave it in the refrigerator. Here's one of my big ones, cheese. Cheese goes bad really fast because if you do it like that, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you can't leave it like that.
You can't leave it like that. It's air, okay? So what happens is I always leave it in the package it came in, and then fold it up and then put it in, this is parchment paper, wrap it up in parchment paper, but don't put it in a plastic bag, and that's going to last a whole lot longer.
You don't just do it with cellophane?
No. It's gonna make it go slimy faster. And a little hunk of cabbage can go on a salad. Okay, the end.
That's it?